guys, so in today's video I'm going to be doing a walkthrough of an iStore here in South Africa in Canal Walk in Cape Town. So first off, I want to say thank you to the staff and the manager for letting me film there, otherwise this wouldn't be possible. So yeah, basically I'm just going to be walking through the iStore, showing you guys the different products and what is available in the iStore. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so here you can see just a quick little overview of the store. Here is the front and here are some of the computers. We'll start off with the laptops. So here you can see just a little canvas that they have there in the store, which is really pretty. Then you will see the MacBook Pro with the touch bar, the 15-inch, and I will just be working on it a little bit. You can just see an overview of how it looks, really clean look, you know, that lovely Apple look that it has, and I really love this laptop. This is kind of one of my favorite laptops of all time. So yeah, once you go in there, you can obviously see you have the touch bar, which is an amazing thing that they added to these MacBooks, which I think that it just makes it really unique and it works great. It can be a gimmick for some people, but I think this is a great feature that they added, and it makes using different apps so much better. So here, for example, I'm in Notes, and the touch bar gives me access to a bunch of things like predictive text or ways to put the text. Something that I love that is on the touch bar is the possibility to see all your emojis on the touch bar. In Notes, this is really helpful, or in Messages. So yeah, another really cool thing that I love about this touch bar. So yeah, it has the second generation butterfly keys, which is my favorite, and it just feels very nice when you use it. Here I'm going on Final Cut Pro X, and this computer is powerful enough to edit videos, and it's just a beast in editing. So yeah, this thing is very powerful. You can do a bunch of projects. You will also see that the trackpad is huge, but that just makes usability so much better. And really, it's just a great computer overall. Here you can see some of the ports. So on the one side, you will see it has two USB-C ports with a headphone jack, and on the other side you will see that it also has two USB-C ports, which, I mean, you have adapters and everything, and it's not that big of a deal. So yeah, this is a really great laptop. Here you can also see me playing with the trackpad. One thing I love about Macs and everything is the way you use the trackpad. It's just so much simpler than having a right click and a left click. You just have everything on this one trackpad, which I really love. And here you can see the top of it. It does not have a glowing Apple button, but that doesn't bother me at all. It looks so much cleaner this way, and this is in the space gray. And here you can see all of the prices of this MacBook Pro, which is the 15-inch with the touch bar again. So yeah, I really recommend this laptop if you're looking for something very powerful. Okay, so here you can see the 13-inch MacBook Pro with the touch bar. So obviously this is if you prefer a smaller screen. Really no big difference compared to the 15-inch at all. But yeah, so this is obviously whichever one you prefer, and I guess this one is a little cheaper, not that big price difference. So here you'll see the 13-inch, but this one does not have a touch bar, but it still has great specs like the other two. So yeah, this one is my favorite. I think if you are looking for a very powerful laptop but you don't have money for the touch bar laptop, so you basically have this. It also has the second gen keyboard and butterfly keys. So yeah, again, one of my favorite keyboards of all time. I love the feeling when you type. And then you have again the big trackpad, which I again love. So yeah, I basically love everything about these laptops. These are very powerful, and I just love the functionality of them and how all these devices work together in the Apple ecosystem. You can see this is also the space gray color, which is my favorite, and again, no glowing Apple logo, but it looks so much cleaner to me. So as for the ports, it has again two USB-C ports on the one side, and then you have one headphone jack on the other side. So yeah, it has fewer ports, it's smaller, but it also has a price difference, which is very good for people who want a powerful machine, but not the touch bar one. So here you can see the pricing for this MacBook Pro. So yeah, obviously your choice. But moving on, we have the MacBook. So this is not the MacBook Pro, not the MacBook Air, it's just MacBook, and this is 12 inches. This thing is also powerful. I think it's more powerful than MacBook Air, but not as powerful as the MacBook Pro. It's smaller, it's lighter, and this I think is really great for students. It's a bit pricey, but it's, I think, quality is important, so yeah, this is kind of worth it for its price. So moving on, you'll see me going on editor and just testing that out. I mean, these things are powerful, these laptops. So yeah, this is something that I just wanted to check out. I love looking at editors, obviously, seeing as though I edit a lot of videos, and editors on laptops always interest me. So yeah, this is just me playing around with this laptop a bit. This is one of my favorite designs that Apple did. It's like the MacBook Air, but just a cleaner finish, I think. So I also just went into iMessages checking it out. Here you can see me just scrolling through some of the emojis. Again, I love the gestures that you have to do on the trackpads on any MacBook products. It's just such a convenient feature, not having a right or left click. So yeah, I'm just playing around with this, just seeing if I like it, how it works. And yeah, this has the first generation butterfly key, so it's not like the MacBook Pro, which has the second gen, but these are also really great. I don't really feel the biggest difference, but I think if you use them for a while, you'll probably feel it. It also doesn't have a glowing Apple logo, but again, it looks clean to me. I prefer it without the glowing Apple logo, to be honest. Moving on to ports, this thing has one headphone jack on the one side and a USB-C port on the other, so it doesn't have a lot of ports, but you can always get adapters. Here you can see the pricing for this 12-inch MacBook if you were interested, and I just think this is a nice laptop as well. Okay, so now we have the MacBook Air. This, I think, is the perfect laptop for students. That's always what my opinion has been. This is perfect. It's not as expensive. It's always on sale here in South Africa. If you go on online stores like Takealot, it's always on sale, and it still has power to do things that you want to do for school, and can still edit videos if that's something that you're interested in. So yeah, I just think this laptop is really great for students specifically. I just went into notes again. This has an older keyboard, but it's not that bad. I mean, I still love any keyboard so long as it works well and I enjoy typing on it. So yeah, here you can just see me in notes, just playing around with the keyboard a bit, just typing and just testing it out. This is always one of my favorite things to do on any laptop, just to check out the keyboard, as that's kind of very important to me, just to enjoy my typing experience, because I love typing. So yeah, moving on, I just played around with the computer more. It's not as powerful again as the MacBook Pros, obviously, but it still has a lot of ports, like the SD card slot, USB, then you have Thunderbolt, and then on the other side you have the charger port, another USB port, and the headphone jack. So this has a lot of more ports if that's something that really is important to you. So yeah, these were all of the computers that I played around with, like the laptops in this iStore. I had a bunch of fun just playing around with the computers. One of my favorite Apple products ever is a MacBook. Any type of MacBook, I love them. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this part of the video. Now let's move on to the other parts. So obviously one of the most important products in any Apple store is the new iPhone X10, whichever you want to call it. This is an amazing phone. I did do a unboxing on this phone and my first impressions on it. If you want to go check that out, I'll have that in the top. So yeah, here you can just see some close-ups that we did. Here is the vertical camera. Here you can see just the screen, and this phone is so pretty. I love the screen to the edge ratio. I mean, it's so nice just to see that full screen, even though it has a notch. Not a big deal at all. So yeah, I'm just gonna be working on this again, just some of the key features that the iPhone X has that's unique to it. So obviously one of the biggest things that I loved to see at the launch of this phone is the animojis, because I mean, who does not love animated emojis? It just sounds so cool. Yeah, having trouble with it a bit, but yeah, so here you can just see me playing around with this. I probably look like a total fool in this store just making faces at this phone, but it's so worth it just to have this experience. I love this. It's such a cool thing to use and just so fun to use. It just makes the usability so fun, and it's just something new to see to the iOS and everything. So yeah, this is one of my favorite things of the iPhone X of all times. And yeah, so I just played around with that first. Then obviously you have the different ways to access it. Recently you opened apps. Here you can just see me going through the camera roll. You swipe up to exit an app. Then also the camera, it now has portrait mode for a selfie camera. So yeah, here you can just see me going on that as well. I just play around with that a bit. You have the different settings now, like the studio light and the contour, starlight, whatever. You have so many different options. Now for portrait mode, I always loved the idea of portrait mode as selfie. Then you have the option for control center. Again, I just went ahead and played a bunch of things on this phone. Here you can see the swipe down for notification. So yeah, that was again another fun thing to play around with. So now let's move on to the tablets. Oh, here you can see the tablet, the iPad Pro, and it had the Apple Pencil next to it, so of course I had to try this out. It is so fun just to use the Apple Pencil. Last year when I was here, the Apple Pencil was not charged. This time it was, and I'm so happy about that. So yeah, I'm just going to be showing an example. So here you can see this app, and I'm just going to go and play around with it. It's a coloring app, so I just choose an easy photo. So yeah, you basically just color in a few things, and the Apple Pencil is just so fine and it works well. It has precision, and it's a really great device that I really love that they added to the iPad Pros. I wish it would come to other devices as well though. So yeah, I just think it's also time for an upgrade for this thing. But yeah, I played around with some of the coloring options that you have. So yeah, click the color. So many things to choose from. Love this app, and it's just so fun just to see how you work with the Apple Pencil. And here you can just see me coloring random things just to show you guys kind of my experience that I had on this iPad. So this thing is huge, so if you really want to use a tablet, this is great. It's 12 inches. I mean, that's a lot of size for the screen. It's almost like the laptop. So yeah, here you can just see me going around and working on this thing with the Apple Pencil. This thing I think is also gonna work great for editing. Really, I mean, this has a great canvas. It's so big and you can do a lot of things on this. So yeah, I just think this thing has so many features that you can use on such a big screen as well with the Apple Pencil. I think this is great for designing and everything. You can just see me going in. So another of the great things that I know people do on a iPad is take notes in school, like whether you're in college or whatever. I know a lot of people do this. So basically I just chose a random app that has a notebook on it, and I just played around with it a bit. So you can select your paper, whatever. And I'm a bit of a nerd, so this I really enjoyed. So here you can see you can also like just write on the cover of your notebook. Just makes it really. So for instance, I just wrote my name on the cover. Obviously you're probably gonna write your subject on this if you're using this in school, but this is just an example for something that you can do. And then on the next page you can maybe just take notes on whatever subject that you have. So basically I chose biology, since that's one of my favorite subjects of all time. So yeah, I was kind of nerdy here and just decided to do that. And you can highlight, you can just take really great notes in college, university. I just think this is a great tablet for that. So yeah, this tablet is good for note taking. This tablet is great to use the Apple Pencil, but guys, the speed on this thing is unreal. It's so fast and so responsive. It's amazing. I love this thing. It's so fast, and it's just, I don't think you'll have any problems with this thing. It's just a really fast device, and it's amazing how fast it actually is. Here you can see the pricing for the iPad Pro, 12.9 inches. And yeah, this is just a very nice tablet and huge screen. Here you can see we have the iPad Pro. So it had this keyboard connected to it, this keyboard cover kind of thing. I think iPads are really great for externally saying you have maybe like a phone and you want this for viewing purposes, YouTube or Netflix, or you want this based for work or something. Just think these are really great devices to have linked, even if you have an iPhone already. So yeah, I just played around with this keyboard cover that it has on. I love the feeling of it, and it just types really well. Like I said, I'm really picky when it comes to keyboards, and I really think this is a nice feeling. I mean, I love the keyboards on the laptops more, but this is really great if you just want a keyboard for your iPad. So I'm not going to go into depth into this tablet, just saying it's fast, it works, and I just think this is still a really great iPad. So here is the pricing for this iPad Pro, 10.5 inches, and you can do a lot with this thing. So here we have just the iPad, not a Pro, not a Mini,
nothing, just the iPad. So this thing, my dad has one of these tablets. These work great. Again, office to use, external, just viewing purposes. This thing works great. It has a great size screen. It's not too big, not too small, just right. You could use this for work and everything. It has the physical home button, so these things don't have like taptic engines or anything. But again, really great devices, and you can do a lot on them. Here you can see the pricing for this iPad. This is a 9.7 inch. So yeah, I love the ideas of iPads. So here you can see the iPad mini 4. I didn't go too much in detail with this. Again, just use it. It's a little slower than the other, but obviously it's older. But yeah, so this is also a cheaper alternative to the other iPads, and it's great for all the purposes previously mentioned for the other iPads, just a little slower, but that's also okay. So here you can see the pricing for the iPad mini 4, which has 7.9 inches. Then the iStore had this table with a bunch of iPhones on it, different generations and different iPhones. So here you can see the iPhone 10. They also have the iPhone 8 Plus in this beautiful gold color that I really love. I have the iPhone 8 Plus in space gray. So yeah, I've used this phone a lot, and it's still so powerful, and it has great specs as well. It has the normal gestures that you use on your iPhone. It still has the home button if that's something that you want. It sadly does not have any emojis, but that is something special to the iPhone 10. So yeah, this is still a great phone. Like I said, I use this daily. It's the same phone that I have, and it's still a very nice and powerful phone, guys. It's so powerful. Okay, so here you can see some of the other phones that were on this table. So for instance, you have the iPhone SE, the iPhone 7 Plus. You also have the iPhone 8 Plus in different colors, which is amazing. Then you have the iPhone 10, which I did previously show you guys. And you also have other phones such as the iPhone 6, which just was not on display on that day. You have the iPhone 7, and then we're back to an iPhone 6s. So yeah, here you can just see a poster that was on the table for the iPhone 10 and the iPhone 8s. Great phones, guys. Really awesome. Here you can see I was working on an iMac Pro. This thing is so great. I mean, this thing is so powerful. I love the space gray color on it. The editing on this thing I can see is a beast. I can see this thing is so powerful. Love the coloring and the space gray effect. I love the matte black kind of touches that this thing have. And guys, the screen is huge. I think this would be too huge to use, so big, but I think this is a very powerful thing, and it's a beast. It's fast and everything. I was so happy that I could work on this thing and just experience it for myself, not just through watching a video on YouTube. Again, this thing is so nice, and I just think if you have this, it's great. So it has this black Apple mouse, which is amazing. I love it. It works great. I've always loved the look of Apple mouses, and yeah, just a really great addition, and everything works together so well. So yeah, I just played around with some different apps on this thing as well. So for instance, I went into Pages because specifically I wanted to try out the keyboard. That's kind of my main focus why I did this. You can see I worked on it. I love the feeling of typing on this keyboard, and the coloring is again spot on, so perfect. It looks great, and I just think this keyboard is amazing. So here you can see the pricing for the iMac Pro, and yeah, it's very expensive. 83,999 Rand. But yeah, if that's something that you need, if you need a powerful machine, I think this is one of the most powerful machines, especially MacBooks, iMacs that you can get. Then I went ahead and worked on the plain iMac. So this is not the Pro. It has the silver color, and this one had the trackpad with it. So yeah, I just played around with it. Again, like I told you guys when I worked on the laptops, love trackpads, how they work and everything. These are amazing, and I just played around with this computer as well. Obviously, I wasn't as starstruck with this one as the iMac Pro, but this is still a really great iMac, and it still works amazing, and it's still fast and powerful. So yeah, here you can see I played around with some of the things on the laptop. So for instance, here I played around with the trackpad. Love this. It's still a really great thing to add if you prefer a trackpad against like a mouse or something. So yeah, this is great. Here you can see the pricing for the iMacs. You have a 27-inch and a 21.5 inch. So yeah, your choice obviously. Then we have the Apple Watches. So 2 members in our household have Apple Watches and they love them completely. I think the idea of Apple Watches are amazing, especially people who are very active. Me, myself, I wouldn't get myself an Apple Watch, not because I don't like them, because I do, I really do. It's just that it's not as realistic for me to use them as other people. So yeah, I'd rather use my money on saving up for some other Apple projects like in laptop or something, because that's something I do a lot. But yeah, I just play around with the Apple Watch Series 3s a bit. Love these things. These are so powerful, great devices, and super simple to use. Here you can see the pricing for a lot of the Apple Watches and some of the band straps that I have there in this display case. Oh guys, this is so nice. I love iStores in general. The look of them, their lighting is spot on, guys. iStores are one of my favorite stores to go in. I'm not a fashion shopping girl, so yeah, iStores look amazing. So yeah, there you see all different kinds of Apple Watch bands, and these are really good looking bands. Here you can see also me just playing around with some of the Apple Watches. I had a fun time doing this, just playing around with them. Even though I've used Apple Watches before, it's always just fun to use them and just play around with different devices, especially Apple devices. So yeah, I had a really fun time in this. So moving on from devices, here you can see some accessories. So I'm not gonna go into every individual one, otherwise we would have been in that iStore for a very long time. Here you can just see some of the straps. If there's something that you like, obviously you can look online for straps as well, but here you can just see some different straps that I have in store. There is such a big collection of Apple Watch strap, guys. Here you can just see a She-Cell Sport Loop, and that's what it looks like. So yeah, it's pricey, some of these accessories, but I just think it's quality. Here you can see some iPhone cases, Apple original cases. I love Apple cases. I have one myself, a black leather one. Guys, these things are such a good quality and they have such a great look. So here you can see some of the silicone cases for like the iPhone 8s. Then you have some silicone cases as well for the iPhone 8s and the iPhone 10. Here you can see some more iPhone 10 colors like the leather cases, the leather folio cases. So yeah, they have a bunch of options for cases for iPhones. I'm just gonna speed through some of these cases because otherwise this video will be so long. But yeah, so here you can see some of the cases. Again, you can look online for a lot of these cases and you have a bunch of cases to choose from. Very wide variety. Here you can see some of the iPad cases, so different types of iPads, different cases. Again, you have a big variety to choose from different iPads, different styles of covers like book covers or folio covers, leather colors, silicone cover covers. So yeah, go to myiStore.co.za to see online all the different things that they have available, or you can go to your iStore. Here you can see some Beat speakers, you have earphones, you have headphones, you have a bunch of things from Beats. Great quality, audio quality and everything. Works great with Apple. So yeah, here you can see some of their products of Beats. So here you will see some third-party covers or other accessories that are not from Apple, but that Apple sell in their store. So these usually work out a little less pricey but still good quality. So yeah, I'm glad that they have some other alternatives than just Apple original cases and accessories. So yeah, these are also in store that you can go check out. They have a bunch of different things ranging from covers to phone covers to iPad covers to MacBook covers. So yeah, you can definitely go check this out as well in your iStore. So I'm gonna use a example of one of these covers. So here you can see this cover is 700 Rand for this cover. So yeah, I think this is a lot cheaper than most of Apple's covers, or not a lot, but semi cheaper. Here you can see one for 400 Rand. It's probably not the greatest quality, but it can protect your device, whichever one you have. Here you can see some third-party iPhone covers and different things. Obviously these have more different things to offer, like different designs or different things like battery packs or something like that. So yeah, these are some iPhone covers that they also have, and different iPhone accessories, like also screen protectors and things like that. So yeah, I'm just gonna be showing you guys, these are some of these things you have in store. I think this will vary from different iStores, obviously. So here you can see some of these cases that have more like a different style to them, which you can also look at. I think these are really pretty for especially girls, like these kind of covers, if they want something that's not just plain or something. So yeah, these are some other things that you have available if you're looking for a cheaper kind of case, but also a really nice design and quality. So here you see an example of this case, which is 700 Rand with a beautiful design on it, a nice floral design. So yeah, this can really be more customizable if there's something you'd rather have on your phone than a plain color or leather or whatever, or you're just looking for something a little less pricey. So yeah, they have more sturdier covers here as well, like hardcover, and that can last through heavy circumstances. And these are some really pretty covers as well. I think these are really pretty. And yeah, so these are just if you want a wider variety of different color cover. Here's a great example of third-party Apple accessories. So you have charger cables, you have adapters, you have car chargers, you have a bunch of things here, little things that you can have that is maybe a little cheaper than Apple's accessories. So here's a wireless charger, for instance, and I have a wireless charger. It's great that Apple says that you can use third-party wireless chargers, things, so probably when they have wireless chargers it will be pretty expensive. So yeah, here you can just see some different accessories that are in this iStore that I really love, and different things that makes your usability so much better. So here is some different things that you can get. So these are like speakers or cute things that you can have just to fit to your preference of things. You have Star Wars, you have Marvel, you have superheroes, I don't know, you have a bunch of things that you can choose from. And I love this, that Apple does not just have Apple products, but it has some other products as well. That just makes it so much fun. Like here you can see it's just like a robot kind of thing. Here you can see some drones, which is awesome. Love drones. Yeah, so here are a bunch of different things that's also available in the iStore. You can see tripods as well for filming, because I know they really promote their cameras, and this is great for filming. And yeah, you can see you have a bunch of things that you can have. These are just great for tech persons who love different tech things, like different accessories and just little things that you can use to make your experience better. So here you can see some speakers. So you have this Marshall speaker, sound sticks, a bunch of speakers that you can choose from. Great audio quality of these speakers. And yeah, so these are some speakers that are alternatives to like Beat speakers or things like that. You have JBL speakers, which are really, really great, yet expensive. So yeah, I love the fact that they have this wide variety of things in their store. Really, this just makes it so much easier to get good quality products in one store. So yeah, this, you can see this table is filled with different kinds of speakers and different types of styles of speakers. This one is cool. I mean, come on, it's R2-D2. I'm a Star Wars fan. You have this. And then on the other side, you have some more JBL speakers and just different types of speakers. So yeah, you have a wide variety of speakers to choose from. Like really, you won't be lost. I mean, there's a lot of things you can choose from. Now we have the TV section. So we have an Apple TV in our house, a very much older model, but this thing works so great to rent movies and buy movies on Apple. It's just so well connected and everything. So here you'll see the Apple TV with the remote, and then you have a remote control and some prices for some of the Apple TVs and the Apple TV, the 4K one, the newest one. And down there you'll see you have a bunch of other accessories and things from Apple, or just different things from the Apple TV. So different Apple TVs and remotes and everything. Then you'll see the Apple Pencil. You have that case, the keyboard case that is with the iPad Pro that I showed previously. Then you have the AirPods. Last time we were here, these things went so fast. They were like 2, and by the time we went out the store, it was all gone. So yeah, then you have some chargers like laptop chargers, USB super drive, and another controller. And next to that, you'll see some more accessories. So these are all the adapters that Apple sell. You know, all those adapters that are in every iStore. They have them all here. All the different wireless cables or charging cables, charging docks, charger ports, or charger, I don't know, you have a bunch of charging things. Then you have your earphones that obviously can get lost, that little Apple adapter for your earphones that can easily get lost. You have it all here, all these Apple accessories that you mostly see. Now you'll see some other devices. So here, for instance, we have some iPods, you have these Airport Express, the mouse from iMac or whatever, you have the Airport Extreme, you have some chargers, some older chargers and things like that. These are all the other devices that you have from Apple. The keyboards, obviously, that also go with the iMacs, and just a bunch of things that you can have, you know, like Apple Watch chargers. That's something that's very popular. Here you can also just see some bags that they have there in the iStore, some cool looking bags, some tech bags, some things that you can use. And these are some really nice looking bags. So yeah, they also have that if that's something that you are looking for. So yeah, that was my walkthrough of this iStore in Canal Walk. I love the vibe in here. In any iStore, it's just such a nice experience to be in any iStore. I had a fun experience filming in here because, I mean, it's weird filming in public, definitely. It's not something that's just really easy, but I had a fun experience just being able to do this for you guys and show you guys different things that are available in the store. And again, I want to say thank you to the staff, the manager, for letting me film in here. I mean, without them, I wouldn't be able to have done this. So yeah, that was just really nice of them, and I really hope you guys did enjoy this very long video.
That was the walkthrough of the iStore. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below what you think of the iStore. I did do this video last year, I think. So if you want to go check that out, I will also have that linked in the description box below and the eye up top. So you guys can go check that out if you'd like. And definitely subscribe by clicking on the icon down here. Click up here to see all of my other tech videos, and click down here to see my previously uploaded video. Love you guys so much. Be weird and be proud of it. Bye!